Hey there, welcome back to the Luxury State of Mind podcast. I'm your host, Damia Shodi. And on this podcast, my goal is to help encourage you to live in luxury every single day of your life. And by living in luxury, that just means living authentically. So I want to thank y'all for your patience. I know we're starting this a little bit late today, but just want to thank you again for being patient and waiting and yeah, just diving into the topic of today. So, what we're going to be discussing is when things feel unnatural, right? When you want to do something, you want to step out, you want to try to do something new. It's always going to feel unnatural at first, but you just are going to do it anyway. And this was actually inspired by a podcast that I was listening to, or a YouTube channel I was listening to, by somebody that I have loved for so many years. Shout out to Maha Maven, or on YouTube, her name is Fumi, and she has been creating content for over 10 years now, and I've been following her ever since. And she had been talking about, how she had stopped overthinking, and how, overthinking had kind of helped stopped her in the past, and then how she's trying to move forward now, and what being able to stop overthinking has allowed her to enjoy in life. And I personally feel like this was meant for me. Like, when I saw that title, I was like, yes, yes, this is for me. This is for me. I need to listen to this because, child, overthinking and just not knowing what's next, trying to force outcomes and all this stuff. That's been my plight. I feel like, for a couple of weeks, and has really, in a way, stopped me from, or not, won't say stopped, but has caused a lot of emotional, mental frustration. And maybe you can relate to that. Maybe you're in a space right now where you're trying to, again, move to something new, do something new. You want a new result. And for some reason, it just feels so frustrating on what steps to take and what to do. So if that's where you've been, or you can relate to this is definitely for you. So as I said, I was watching her video, and it just got me thinking about, where I'm at right now, what I'm doing, and where I want to go. And this thought and this thing of overthinking. I never thought that I was in a state of overthinking. I don't know if you've been there where you think, oh, gosh, like I should be, right? Like I've been noticing myself say that a little bit more lately. Like I should. The word should. Should is a very dangerous word. And as one of my coaches said in the past, should gets really messy. You can't shit all over the place. When I say that out loud, that's hysterical. But when she said it, I laughed too. Um, yeah, like you can't should all over the place. It gets very messy. And just thinking about, man, I should be here by now, or I should be doing this, or I should be doing this and that. I should have all those shoulds, right? I have been in that space, and it has been very challenging trying to navigate out of that. I would say I just went on a trip last week, and maybe I'll create content around that, different things that I experienced there. But it was so refreshing being in a space that didn't require me to overthink. I just, a lot of the needs, a lot of the things that I needed was taken care of. So I didn't have to just overextend myself and child, I didn't even have to drive. I didn't have to cook for myself. I didn't have to do all those little things that can take up a lot of mental space. So I felt more free to just be, and to come back, I think, feeling more refreshed and ready to receive, and realize that for a while I have been overthinking. And it's like, maybe I could have taken action before or done things differently, a month or 2 months ago, but that doesn't necessarily matter now, because here we are today. And I just wanted to share with you, when you are trying to take that next step, or you're trying to navigate to what could be. I know for a lot of you listening, and for you listening, you're, like I keep saying, like I know you, high achieving woman, you want more for yourself. Maybe you've already been successful in a lot of areas in your life already, but you are wanting to take it to the next level. There is something that you are supposed to be doing. There's something that you're called to do. You may be successful in your career or in other phases of your life, but in this particular area, what will require you to be more visible, what will require you to be seen by more people or to share a part of you that you usually don't share, but it's naturally you. Something that seems like just, oh, it's only for me and the Lord, or it's only for, these type of people. I don't want to seem like that type of person. All those different thoughts, but you're supposed to be out there doing some things and you want to start seeing that progress, then girly pop, you might be overthinking and it may be stopping you from moving forward. So I'm just going to share some really quick tips that listening to that video kind of helped get me back on the right track and to feel less emotional, like anxiousness and stress, and to now just feel a little bit more lighter. And sorry if you see me on camera. I am trying to, there's a piece of hair that just kept sticking up. So I was trying to adjust it. It was bothering me, but we back, we back. Okay. So first thing that we want to look at, right? Especially when you're about to embark on something new, you want to try something new. You want to really fully step in your purpose and start being more visible, right? The first thing you're gonna have to realize, especially when you're in the phase or you've been overthinking for a while, is that opportunities are all around you. You literally just have to take your shot. I think I've said this before on this podcast, but you don't see opportunities with your eyes, you see them with your mind. And I got that from they call him MBA, Moses B. Arthur. And when he said that, that thing blew my mind because it's true. There are different opportunities, there are different things that are around you that could lead to something, but you just have to initiate with those opportunities. I've shared before that you never know like what will turn into something. I know there's a scripture that and I'm going to be paraphrasing a little bit here. It's in Ecclesiastes, but it says that basically when you sow, let me really paraphrase. I might have to put it in the comments, but or in the description, but like basically when you sow a seed, right? You never know what seed will actually sprout up. You don't know what opportunity will actually take to fruition. You put something here or there, and then we never know what will actually come out of something. But if you don't take the opportunity that's in front of you, you'll never actually know what could be. So, perfect example of this is I traveled last week, right? I went to Nigeria last week and had the opportunity to meet a whole bunch of people. I'm not saying a whole bunch of people, but a couple of people, right? There was people that I actually messaged before going to Nigeria, and I wanted to be intentional about messaging them because I wanted to meet them. Did I get to meet all of them? No, but one person I actually did get to meet. And from just shooting my shot and trying to connect with her, because Luxury State of Mind, I believe, and I'm going to say it here, Luxury State of Mind is a global brand. It is supposed to reach people not just here in the US, but it is definitely supposed to reach people all over the world because I'm trying to empower women in all facets of life, especially those high achieving, successful women, that your purpose matters and it's needed and it's serving people. And all you need is the courage and the ability to walk into it. And life will feel more luxurious to you. You'll feel more authentic to you, right? I'm trying to free the shackles off my sisters. Okay. So I believe it's a global brand. And in being a global brand, that means I have to start reaching out to people in different countries and building an audience in different countries. And sometimes that just looks like reaching out to somebody and getting to know that person, just getting to know them. I like what they did. I was curious. I invited them to lunch and they showed up. And from that conversation that led to them inviting or, being willing to connect me to somebody else or to reach out or use their name when I talk to somebody else, right? So opportunities like that, like you see how it's not just like, oh, somebody put me on or something like this happened or it was right in my face. It's like you can create opportunities. It's literally right in front of you. There are people that you could reach out to that are in your circle, or you can ask them to make a connection for you. That is an opportunity. You could be going to a certain event and meeting people there. Like that is an opportunity that can take you to the direction that you want to go. So the point is a way to stop overthinking and to get over that feeling of, oh, like this is too unnatural for me. I don't know. And it's like, man, if you can spot something, if there's somebody you want to talk to, there's somewhere you want to be, something you want to be a part of, just go out there, take the leap, take your shot, and we'll just see what happens. And that actually leads us to the second point. Don't force an outcome, focus on what could be. And I feel like this really spoke to me, this particular point, that don't force an outcome, focus on what could be. Because I have been, I would say for me personally lately, trying to force this is what I want to see. And if I don't see this, then I'm not doing something right, or I'm not successful, or I'm not XYZ, right? I have been trying to force an outcome based off of it has to be done in this time frame versus focusing on I'm just, you know, putting out a seed, I'm just laying a foundation for something and maybe it could be something that I never thought about or it may not happen in this time or it may happen quicker than I thought, but when I do this one act, when I make the leap, when I, identify the opportunity, let me not try to force this is what should be. As I said, there's opportunities all around. What could they lead to? And I think that's the fun of it. Now, it gets a little bit tricky, and I'll be honest, it gets tricky when you are in need of something. Maybe you are in need of, it could be finances. Maybe you're in need, and that's a big one. Maybe you're in need of a new job. Maybe you're in need of something that you really, really need. So that can overshadow what you like, the curiosity possibility type of thing. Like, because it's like if your needs are already taken care of, then I think it's a little bit easier to be able to be more free about thinking of possibilities. But even if that's the case, and this is something that having to retrain my brain to like, focusing on value, focusing on like value and not holding too tightly. I actually said this last year that keep things light. Like that was my mantra at the end of last year and especially the beginning of this year. We kind of deviated a little bit from that, but we're gonna be back. Listen to that video really like brought me back. Don't force an outcome. Focus on what could be. Me reaching out to that person, you reaching out to that person, you telling people, hey, I'm a speaker. Hey, I'm a podcaster. Hey, I work in this industry. Hey, like just telling people what it is that you either want to see or talking to people, creating those new connections. Don't focus on it has to produce this result. But what could happen if I reach out? What could happen if I connect? What could be the possibility of taking this action and then just kind of going with the flow and not forcing a specific result? This right here helped me today. Like it took that cloud of just whatever I was feeling off of my mind and allowed me to just feel again more free. So don't force an outcome, focus on what could be. And then, third thing, if you have been overthinking and you have been contemplating, should I, shan't I, can I, will I not, all those things I should, all that stuff. It feels unnatural to take that leap, whatever that is for you, but you still want to do it anyway. Third thing that you have to keep in mind, it's just a matter of time. Just don't quit. It is just a matter of time. Just don't quit. This right here, like when I tell you I hear my mom in my mind all the time, she tells me all the time, Dami, don't quit. Dami, don't quit. Dami, as long as you don't quit, just keep going. As long as you don't quit. Sometimes it's when you're building, I don't know, something like this, right? You may not always see the results immediately. I will be so honest. Like sometimes the results that I'm looking for don't always show up. Most of the times don't show up immediately. And I have to be prepared, and you also have to be prepared at times to play the long game. For example, you're going to be building that personal brand that's going to create those opportunities for you, but you may be having to post and do different content or going to these events or whatever it is that you're doing to build your brand for a longer period of time before you start getting traction. Like, you have to have the mindset this is a long game, even though it's like, but I really, really want to see this result, or I really want to be there, or I want this opportunity, I want that opportunity. You have to be prepared to play the long game and just realize it's just a matter of time. Like, the partnerships will come in a matter of time. The community, the speaking engagements, the opportunities, the life that is authentic to you will come. It's just a matter of time, but just don't quit. Sometimes, and or I'll say it like this, sometimes you may be looking for affirmation based off of like online, right? How many likes, how many comments did you get, how many reshares, or people sign up, all these things. You may be looking at that as evidence that your idea is valid. I know I've been there, and I get there a lot. And then I have to remember that, wow, like when people talk to me in person, they actually are so encouraged by what I share with them, or they love the idea, or I've actually been able to receive those partnerships based off of meeting people physically, or I've been able to get opportunities by meeting people in person. So can I just base the success off of how well this post did or how many likes did I get? I mean, those are good markers to kind of see like what people are engaged with, but is that the only metric that you can use that validates, what you're trying to do? Because if you're not getting the likes there, you're not getting the comments, and then you get frustrated and quit, which I've done that in the past, then you may not be able to actually see the fullness of what it is that you wanted to achieve. So, in the words of my mother, don't quit. She's literally in my mind all the time. Don't quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. And I just gotta keep going. And you just have to keep going. So, all in all, if you are feeling or struggling to just take action, you're overthinking. It feels unnatural. It feels like, oh my God, what do I do? First thing, again, opportunities are all around you. Just take your shot. Second thing, don't force the outcome. Focus on what could be. And then number three, it's just a matter of time. Do not quit. I hope that you found this helpful and that this is going to help change your mindset around overthinking and just to get out there and try, because the results that you want to see are going to be seen by taking action. And speaking of action, something that I want to invite you into is that I will be doing one-on-one coaching through Luxury State of Mind. And I'm going to be working with 5 people uh, towards the end of November up until the new year to help get you started into not only building your personal brand to create opportunities for yourself, but then to also have the mindset that allows you to be courageous and take those leaps so you can start creating those opportunities, so you can start aligning your life with what exactly it is that you want to see that you define as luxury. So I'm going to be taking on 5 one-on-one clients, and I would love for you to be a part of it. I've had the opportunity to work with a client recently where she's not only been able to, I mean, she went from somebody who couldn't even say I was a speaker, had the gift, had the voice and everything, but couldn't even say I'm a speaker. But now through working together, she's been able to get 2 speaking engagements at a university. She's been able to host a masterclass to an international audience. And she's also been invited to be a panelist in a industry specific event. They actually sought her out online because of the different content and branding that she's been positioning herself through. So, if that's the type of results that you want and you want to change your mindset and you want to start seeing something new for 2026, then click the link in the description. I would love to help and be a part of that journey, and we will walk through it together. The deadline to work with me to be a part of that 5 person cohort, again, we'll be working one-on-one, would be Monday, November 17th. So make sure you sign up through the link that's going to be in the description so we can get started working together. All right. So thank you so much for listening to the podcast. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.